A Doomcock.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Oh, it's getting crazier out there. Anyways, hey, welcome to Late Horror Show, the pre-show before the big show with Doomcock. Hail Doomcock, Overlord DVD is his YouTube channel. Go check it out, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff you do on this platform we call YouTube. So there you go. And I am not even going to wait. I'm going to bring him right on because I only got so much time with him. Who knows? But Doomcock, what's going on?
Hail, Dino. Hail to the Late Horror Show, and hail to all you horror fans out there in YouTube land. It's great to be here, man.
Yeah, good to have you. You've been kind of a pretty good friend here over this little span of time where everything's been going on, and even before that, when you found my channel, I guess, and you said, what's going on here? Hold on a second. I like my background. Why is my background not up? I'm going to show that. There we go. I can't have a void behind us. So there we go.
Well, pop culture is a void.
Yeah, I was looking. Well, the void. Yeah. I was looking at it, going, something is wrong with this picture. But anyways, doesn't matter. You were kind of. It's so funny, Doomcock. Somebody came into my chat one evening and said, "Hey, Doomcock's talking about your channel over there." And from that point forward, I mean, I've got people who are in the chat right now that, you know, listen to the channel at night and stuff. So it's been really cool. And as many times as you've mentioned my name and my channel, it's been awesome. So thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. You know, I've always loved, the idea of, old radio shows and that sort of thing. I hadn't really gotten a chance to hear a lot of them, so it's been mostly theoretical, but, I've been really enjoying listening to these incredible, relics of a bygone age, theater of the imagination and the coolness of sitting in a ornate drawing room at night and seeing the lightning and hearing the radio and seeing every once in a while the shadow of the Grim Reaper against the glass and the rolling eyeball that moves around. And it's just been it's a really just awesome, a lot of fun. And, I've always kind of been interested in radio plays and that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I mean, it was just a natural thing that, when I stumbled across it, I was, well, shit, we got to talk about this because this is really, really cool. I love the way that you do it. I love the atmosphere. I recently got a really big screen, 4K TV, and so I sit in my dedicated theater room and all the lights are out. It's pitch black in there, really. And just see, Barnabas Collins above the fireplace and listening to the crazy radio shows of the time. It's just really quite a fun and special thing that you've got going here. And I really, really enjoy it a lot.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. There's people catching on and people are starting to try to do their own overnight streams. So that's happening, but I think I create an atmosphere. And hello, everybody in the chat. I'm not going to mention everybody. I'll just do a big blanket hello to everybody in the chat. You guys all know who you are. Everybody's hailing you too. So
yes, hail to you all. Hail to Tracy Asteria and Bob Gable and the Schwag. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for all being here. Let me ask you real quick before we get into some questions and stuff. What is your helmet made of?
Extra dimensional metal that I got in
Yeah.
combat many years ago, and I forged it from that metal in that dimension.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. Sounds
Well,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Because I've heard of other people forging their metals and helmets and attire and stuff in different dimensions. So I was just curious, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
anyways,
understand.
do you have a oh yeah, this YouTube man stuff. Speaking of, yeah, it's a crazy ride I've been on. I've got one more
Oh, you've
month.
like locked up for what's going on.
Oh, I'm telling you, hey, I'm putting out the content like crazy. So if they come back to me in a month and say, hey, it's still not original, it's still not good enough, because I'm doing this movie reviews, the pre-shows before. It's just, how much more do you expect me to do? But anyways, I'm
Right.
trying my best.
No,
But
yeah, I mean, all you can do is just keep plugging away and hope that they come to their senses. I don't know
sure.
what they're expecting. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's just unfortunately what YouTube likes and what normal people like is I guess a different thing, because
Right.
I sure do enjoy popping this on and listening. I often try to listen, fall asleep to it, or I've started dedicating, like before bed, just go in the theater and pop on an episode, and just listen to one.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've,
a lot of fun. One of the weirdest ones is yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you this before, but yeah, those old detective shows where, it's all about the dames and, you get this fisticuffs going, where they're fighting and you could tell they're just slapping, whatever they're slapping. It's just funny as heck. And the one-liners, that these detectives say. One of the better shows for that is called Pat Novak for Hire.
Oh,
Look,
really?
look that up. I mean, you will have, I mean, quintessential, listen there, dame, I'm gonna slap you if it's just wonderful stuff. It's fun, from a bygone era, it's just fantastic.
Right. Well,
But
I love that
I
hard-boiled detective stuff. You
yeah,
understand? I
very
really
well.
like the kind of entertainment where it's the cheaper the hood, the gaudier the patter.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. The cheaper the hood. Hey, and if anybody doesn't know Doomcock, please go give him a like, subscribe, to his channel. It's called Overlord DVD, and I'm sure a lot of you know about him, but not everybody does, because I had questions. Who's Doomcock? Well, go over there and check him out. The stuff I do and the stuff he does, kind of different, but kind of intertwined there. We all both love old Hollywood, especially your Friday night frolics, where you just sit back and relax and sing a tune, and it's fun. It's fun stuff.
Well,
So
thanks. Yeah, it's just a little variety show. I do comedy and song parodies and singing and dramatic readings, and you know Maria with Tea and Telly saying, "LOL, who doesn't know Doomcock? Too many people don't know Doomcock, but when I take over the world, then they'll know. The fools, those who rejected me and shunned my genius will understand at last the limits of their vision."
you would hope so. I'm rooting for you, Doomcock.
Well, thank you.
Take your vengeance upon the world, my friend. It's crazy out there, and you also do, other than the Friday night frolics, you do talk about this woke culture and everything else. We won't dive deep into it on this channel right now, but I'm with you there 100% on all of that. One of my questions was going to be, do you think that James Bond should stay James Bond? I think you know what I'm talking about there. But
Well, he's dead. I mean, they killed him. So
well,
you know.
right. But the reincarnating the character or carrying on, or the whole story behind it. I don't even really want to get into it, but I thought I'd throw it out there because the ending of this last movie.
Yeah, I didn't. They can go,
It was
fuck
hard to
off.
watch.
I really have no patience for these idiots anymore. And it's like, okay, you went ahead and killed your hero. You killed your franchise. Fair enough. But then don't say James Bond will return. You
Right.
go jump right off a fucking cliff on that. I am not going to tolerate that in the slightest. You killed him. That's it. Live with it.
Yeah, or start over, but it's got to be James Bond. I don't want Jane Bond coming to a theater.
Oh no! Well, I
me.
mean that's a non-starter, but also, I mean, look, they killed him. So I mean, they thought it was just great fun, I guess, to go ahead and humiliate him and run him over and kill him and I think they should be taught the error of their ways. I mean, toying with the audience, toying with the death of James Bond and embracing the woke crap. It's like, no, you know what? I'm good. I've got a ton of real Bond movies and I'm just done with you,
Oh yeah. That's kind of how I see it. We've got quite the collection of James Bond films, so I can do with that, so whatever. Real quick, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'm sorry, what?
Star Wars or Star Trek?
In terms of
what do you prefer? Your favorite?
I would say, well, I think
or is that a tough question?
It's a tough question, but I would say probably Star Trek, honestly.
Okay.
The original Star Trek, Captain Kirk, the real stuff. Of course, Star Trek is completely dead at this point. I mean, it's been absolutely ruined. So, I mean, Star Wars has more life in it. Frankly, there's at least a small modicum of hope regarding Star Wars that it may return from the grave. Yeah. But it's not. I don't see any way back for Star Trek. They've really done such horrible things to it, and I mean, nobody's gonna give that a second look anymore. I mean, people have walked off, and they've lost all interest in it after Mikey Spock and Picard and all that crap. And I mean, they could go ahead and fire Kurtzman and fire Secret Hideout and Bad Robot and get Ron Moore back to do it. And it's still never going to be even a fraction of what it was before, because it's going to take a miracle to get anybody to give it another chance. The only ones that are watching now are those that are hate watching it, like Khan and Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, for hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee. That's basically what we're doing watching this crap.
Yeah, no, it's, I've come to the point to where I just go back to the old stuff for most of my entertainment. I always sit there and hope for the best when this new stuff comes out, but we're kind of in the past couple years of entertainment just been thrown into this universe where they're just ruining everything, like for example, the new Hobbit coming out, the series. I mean, it's something that I still, because I'm such a fan of the original book, and I'm hoping that I can get through watching it and still maybe fall in love with it. But I think we both know all the facts about what's going on with the filmmaking and everything around that, story. And I just hope it turns out okay,
It won't.
I know.
Hate to tell you, but no. As I hated to tell, Game of Thrones fans several years ago, I said, forget it. I said, George R. Martin is never going to finish this thing. And, you need to accept this and move on. And people are still holding on to hope after. Now it's been like 10 years that he's been working on this last book. And there's a book after it, and that lazy son of a bitch came out with this like Elden Ring game, and he's published all sorts of other books and anthologies, and he's written pilots and episodes and movies and shit, everything except fulfilling his promise to the legions of Game of Thrones fans who have been like waiting and waiting and waiting. They'll never get out of here. They'll die in Casablanca waiting for that piece of garbage to actually honor his obligation to his fans. When you do a series like that,
right,
there is a promise that you will have an ending. And he has not. He has no interest in fulfilling that promise. He just continues to cash in on other projects and lesser projects and forgetting to dance with who brung him. And I think that's just despicable.
And there really has not been no reason behind it, has there? I mean,
he's a lazy, greedy.
Other than that,
yeah. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, and look, if he can't be bothered to finish the books, the series, then for God's sakes, do like Shatner, do like James Patterson, and say, hey, here's Dances with Dragons, the 7th book of the cycle, whatever the hell it is, written by George R. Martin, and then in tiny print and some poor schlub that he hired to actually do the work. And then he could just write out an outline for the guy, or even just, if you're too lazy to even write out an outline, you can sit there and be fed grapes by,
right,
nubile slaves or whatever the hell he's got on staff, and and just say, like Marlon Brando in The Jungle.
Yeah.
It could be like, and then I think maybe Jamie Lannister, I don't know. This is a castle. I guess maybe it puts on some armor or something, and he kills something big. You come up with the details on it.
That's a dragon. No.
Piece of shit. So and the same thing about I forget what we're talking about before Game of Thrones. I was doing a parallel of don't expect. I just told them, that this is never going to get finished. And same thing with Ring of Power on Amazon. There's no way this thing is going to be any good at all.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be good at all.
Listen here, man. I say the past 10 years, I've given every new movie or new TV series, and there's some that are really good, but for the most part, 80% at least of the new stuff that comes out is just, I'm disappointed. It's terrible. And then when you get a good program that comes out and they end it, you're just like, oh, first of all, the way they end it, and then you never get no conclusion, or like you're talking about with Game of Thrones. I mean, I would love to see him just laying back there, and just spewing words to some concubine, and he's over there writing really, really fast to get it done. That would be fantastic, thinking about it. But
if you can't be bothered to do it yourself, just go ahead and just give an outline to some guy who actually does care about writing and can write, and let them finish the damn thing and stamp your name on it and collect your royalties and go piss off.
Has anyone even heard him talking lately? Maybe he can't even get the words out. I don't know.
I don't know. He can only talk through his Robbie the Robot. He's got one of those giant Robbie the Robots. He can make his voice come through it, and he can only do that. He can only
make
do
it
that.
so I can fit inside, please.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
mentally, he thinks he's in there. And Robbie can't type worth a shit because of his very thick,
right.
3-fingered hands. So, maybe that's his excuse. I don't know. I don't know what his excuse is, but it's a bad one.
Were you a Dexter fan?
No, I never was, except recently I finally have gone through the entire season. Entire series, both of them. So I finished it. So I have seen all of them now, but it was only a recent thing. I only watched Dexter over the last, 2 or 3 months. So, but yeah, it was
so that Showtime when they brought it back at the very ending of that, terrible, wasn't it? I mean,
yes, it was absolutely insane. It was just awful. Well, the regular series ended badly, and then this Square Up series that was supposed to make up for the other series ending badly also ended badly. So I don't know, man. It's
the sad thing is going through the entire season, I'm like going, this is freaking awesome. This finally, they bring him back after so long. And this is really, really cool. And they bring his son in, and you're thinking this and that. And then, I'm trying not to give away the ending, but, then that very ending happens. And I'm like going, that blows the whole thing out of the water. It's like, you want Dexter. I guess I gave it away there. You want Dexter, but I don't think I want a series with his son who does not portray that same feel as Dexter does. You know what I mean? So
no, not at all.
Very, very disappointed.
Not at all. And it's really amazing that Deb, his sister, was so annoying to me in the original series. So bad.
The original series. Okay.
So bad. I could not stand her. She's constantly hysterical. She went to the Mikey Spock School of Acting. Oh my God, what a basket case this woman was. There's no way she would have ever been, the youngest, bestest homicide detective ever in Miami. That's just ridiculous. As volatile and hysterical as she is. And then they managed to make her twice as bad in the next series. It was just insane. It was just unfucking believable how bad she was in that. And then we had Dexter's kid. And you don't have to worry. It's not too soon for spoilers. It's been out quite a while. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But it's fun. Yeah. It really does not. In the season, he was great. And being the son of Dexter, he was great. But to have Dexter die, which is what happens, at least they make it seem that way. I don't know how all that blood.
He's pretty much toast.
Yeah, he's toast. But yeah, I don't even see them really bringing this back. I bet you there's never another season after this.
I hope not. I certainly wouldn't watch it. I'm not going to watch, Tiny Toons Dexter with, little Timmy.
Tiny Toon Dexter. That's exactly the way to say it. Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't want anything to do with that. So I'm done with the show.
Okay.
But I did have fun with it. Although I don't even know why they had Batista back in the final scene. He was in two scenes or something, and
very short. Yeah.
And they didn't, and it was like it was going to build to something, or he just sees him on the computer. He's still alive, and then that's it for Batista. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You think it's going to end up, for something at the ending of the season, but yeah, nothing really came of it. But anyways, let's move past that. I was disappointed with that, which is my point is, I'm pretty much disappointed with anything that comes out new. Like there's a new Scream. Not that I really was a big fan of the old Scream movies. They were okay, but do I really care to go and watch this new one? No, because I know it's going to be terrible. But anyways, let's get to some old school stuff. I know you like old Hollywood, right?
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you like comedy. I know that. So I'm going to throw some names out there and you tell me who's your favorite. I just think this is fun to do sometimes. Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, Marx Brothers, or the Three Stooges.
Oh, Marx Brothers for sure, hands down. Yeah,
Okay.
Marx Brothers, 100%.
Hands down. Okay. See, that's interesting. That's why I threw it out there. For me, it's Laurel and Hardy. I think because they got a bigger catalog, and I don't know, I just fell in love with them. But Marx Brothers, you can't go wrong either. I can't tell you how many times I've watched every single movie. I mean,
Oh yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. So okay.
No, they're hilarious, and I mean, Groucho Marx was one of the inspirations for Bugs Bunny. I mean, he was basically um, one of the kind of
Mel Blanc, yeah.
seeds that from which Bugs arose. That kind of wisecracking, kind of harnessed chaos above it all. With the Brooklyn accent. He was pretty much kind of doing Groucho Marx to some extent. So I really love them. Abbott and Costello is good, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But
yeah.
Of course, everybody loves the Three Stooges.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're probably. It's funny. I mean, they're probably bottom of the list. I've seen them a million times. They've got better episodes than others. The further they go on, it gets worse and worse. But that's just the way it goes. But classic Three Stooges, in the early years is just. I mean, they're just fantastic. And I don't know if if you love the Marx Brothers, have you heard "You Bet Your Life," the old time radio show with Groucho Marx?
No, I haven't. I know of it though.
Okay.
That's kind of the one, where he would be on the show. I mean, they
Game
did it on
show.
TV as well.
Yes, yes.
And it had like a duck would drop, and it was,
Yeah, it's a game show. He would just interview, kind of talk to people, make fun, and the characters that came in from the audience were just a riot to listen to, and he would pair up just a woman, a man. They didn't have to be together, and it made for a fun show. So, and speaking of Mel Blanc too, who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tune characters, and probably a quarter of the old time radio show characters. He was on Jack Benny. I don't know if he had his own show, the Mel Blanc Show. Is an old time radio show you might be interested in.
Oh yeah, Mel Blanc was fantastic. Love him. Tweaky not included. Tweaky, I'm not a big fan of Tweaky, but other than that, I think Mel Blanc could do no wrong.
Buck
but yeah, oh yeah, and I mean Jack Benny, he had his own TV show for quite a while. Yeah. I remember he had like on one of the episodes, he had like this, he was such a miser, and he had like this giant vault that was very hard to access. I remember that in one episode. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Colgate Hour is kind of what brung a lot of the comedians in back in the day. I mean, you had Martin and Lewis, Abbott and Costello. They would sponsor a lot of the comedians back in the 50s when TV started becoming a thing, and the people who were on the radio said, "Hey, I can be in front of the camera. Let's do that." Which was fun. But let me throw two more names out there, two comedians, because I love it. Tim Conway or Don Rickles?
Oh, Tim Conway. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay. We're thinking
Tim Conway. Don Rickles, I mean, Barney Fife, he was kind of, I don't know. And, and I mean, Glass Bottom Boat and, things like that. I think that Tim Conway was hilarious on the Carol Burnett show. So
yes, Tim
for
Conway,
me, he trumps him.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Tim Conway he's probably one of the only comedians, especially back in the day. And there's a lot of funny comedians back then. But on the Carol Burnett show, when he was the old man, or he played some other characters, I could not stop laughing. And no matter how many times I watch it, I just laugh and laugh and laugh. So Tim Conway, yes, for sure. It's interesting you said that. So yeah, that's very cool, man.
Yeah, I really like him. He was very funny, and I loved how Carol Burnett would have, a kind of trial run dress rehearsal kind of show,
Yeah.
where they would go ahead and shoot that, and then they do a second coverage of the show.
Yeah.
And on the second coverage of the show, Conway would do his best to crack them up, and some of those are really classic, like one where it was the Eunice and Ed and Mama, the elephant thing, where he was like, there's this elephant,
Right there. Snouts
midget.
Sneeze.
Yes.
Whatever he made.
Very, very funny. Very funny stuff. Yeah, the Siamese circus elephant, Rocket J Squirrel. Yes.
They didn't know what Conway would do. Yeah. I mean, I can't say enough about Tim Conway. There's one where he goes out to a business dinner luncheon with Steve Lawrence and Harvey Korman. I don't know if you remember that one. They were all three seated in the booth, and Steve Lawrence and Harvey Korman wanted him. They both wanted him as a client, and it was just a whole scene where they were basically acting like they both loved him, like you're my girlfriend, and oh my God, I'm cheating on him with you. And probably one of the funniest episodes of Carol Burnett I've seen, other than when he does the old man and his other skits. But that one cracked me up. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm not sure, but that's a funny one.
No, I'm not recalling that one immediately. I'm not recalling that one. Although I did like all the Mama sketch ones, because
Mama's Family began on there, and it took off from there. But those were
just the incredible building hostility of those was just too funny. Yeah. And of course, Don Knotts, he went on to do Mr. Furley on Three's Company and stuff like that. Yeah,
Don Knotts is I love the Andy Griffith Show. So he went on to do The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. And,
right.
Which is a classic. One of my, I love that. I love that movie. Not going to say a favorite, but a very, very funny movie.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite old time radio show, or nothing in particular?
I really just like kind of like them all. I haven't heard enough of a variety to say at this juncture. I mean, I find myself listening to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, quite a bit, which is just this silly, like he's I just describe it as, he's this freelance insurance investigator going around helping the greedy insurance companies against, citizens.
Evil and crime, yes.
And it's just really funny, that it's structured like, this is our expense report for the case of the, Vigorous Diamond. And, I spent 25 cents on a cup of coffee. The coffee was good. It was served hot the way I like it. And then I went across the street and got into a cab. That set me back $2.46. I feel I was ripped off, but nevertheless, it's on the company's dime. I have no complaints. That kind of thing. It's just, it cracks me up. Yeah. But, I really like Sam Spade and all the detective stuff, or the horror stuff. I've tried listening to the old science fiction stuff, but man, that stuff is corny.
It is. Some of it's corny.
I listened to the one last night where, like, this professor and his wife are out on their balcony, and he's let her out there to watch a meteor storm, and one of them comes down. So he goes, "Hey, it's crashed. Let's go look at it." And hey, it's got a crack in it. I think we can open it. And he hits it, and there's some skin in there, like protoplasm. And then it grows into a head that says shit to them. And you foolish humans, you will be caught. And then I don't know what they fuck with the head, and whoo, we're saved. And that was it. It's just bizarre. I don't know. I don't know.
I know. You know, a lot of people do like them. Some think it's too corny. I mean, that's the same way with the sci-fi movies of the early 60s, you know, or whatever, when you know, they're trying to explain what's going on, you know, it's the molecular, you know, whatever, you know, there's always a scientific explanation, and they go on and on and on with words that you've never heard before. And it's just funny as heck. I love those kind of movies. They're stupid,
Yeah.
easy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very enjoyable.
I do enjoy it, but it's like, you know, it's just like what the you
Yeah.
know, this protoplasm forms a head and it's talking. So where's it? How does this work? How does it get air to talk? What's its life support system? Why is it a head? Why isn't it like a small being or I mean, it's just a fucking
You
head.
want more details. You want more details.
Well, it's just a little odd, you know. I still think about, you know, the plausibility, etc. So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you remember
But
what
go
that
ahead.
show was, or no?
It
Sorry to
was one of the you know, spooky compilations
Okay.
that you've got,
Maybe it was
and it had
Future Film.
Vincent Price over the fireplace.
Okay. Yeah, who knows? I throw so many compilations together. I mean, tonight it's a spooky compilation, but they're all horror tonight. So
Nice, nice.
it's going to be a good night of listening tonight for sure. Yeah. Love Dominion. Yeah, Secret of Dominion is a really good sci-fi. But that was done in the 80s, so it's not. It's a radio drama. Yeah, and I've got that on the channel, but yeah, I get you with some of the older cheesier stuff for sure.
But I would like, you know, Inner Sanctum, for example. You know,
yeah, it'll be on tonight. Yeah,
great stuff. I love the Inner Sanctum and horror radio and detective stuff. Those are my favorites.
Right. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they didn't do a ton of sci-fi programming back in the day. Don't ask me why. Probably because it didn't become real popular and famous until like kind of 50s and on, you know.
Right.
Prior to that, you know, the whole, you know, Roswell story and everything else. And, you know, it just didn't become a big thing until the nuclear age for some reason. And then all of a sudden, we got UFOs coming out of the woodwork, you know, flying saucers, you know, so.
Yeah, and I was watching one. I don't know if it was X-1 or which one it was, but it was from the pages of Galaxy magazine. And so it was interesting that they were taking published science fiction and adapting them for radio. And that one had to do with basically Martians infiltrating human society, and turned out that they were all fucking Martians at the end. You know, it's like that was a funny twist.
Yeah,
they didn't know because they were compartmentalized. You know.
Yeah, and in real life, we can argue that we're all Martians on this planet. But anyways, that's diving into the paranormal side of things.
Oh yes, of course.
Which is very interesting. Did you stop doing the Wednesday paranormal show?
I haven't for a while. I may go back to it. I just haven't for a while.
Yeah, it's tough, ain't it? I mean, even just to get the right, reaching out to people in the paranormal field is kind of tough. I'm not sure if you've had to do that, or if you know, you get somebody to do that for you. I don't know, but it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, and YouTube's not very friendly towards that kind of content. So what are you gonna do?
Oh, really? Have you come across that?
Huh. Oh yeah, no, they don't like that kind of thing. Somehow they equate it to you know, fake news, disinformation, and they equate that with political stuff, although it's got absolutely zero to do with politics. I mean, it's just for fun, you know. I'm interested in, you know, UFOs and cryptozoology and you know, everything. You know, I mean, I just love that stuff.
Well, have you ever had a paranormal experience?
Only UFO sighting. That's
so all. You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just a small thing? Was it something you're like, will always stick with you? Like, what kind of sighting was it?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I did an episode about it way back when, and I got pictures of it, and yeah, it was
Okay. How'd it look?
broad daylight, clear sky, and this disc with portals all along the side of it looked like to me, and yeah, a long story, but I don't want to go into it right now. But yeah, I got snapped a couple of pictures of it in the distance with my phone, and then later I went ahead and blew it up, and yeah, it was fascinating.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to go back then and try to find it. How long ago was that you did that show?
Oh, I don't know, like year and a half, something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
Bob Gable must have seen it. Yeah, it looked a bit like a Tic Tac in the distance, but when I blew it up, you could definitely see regularly spaced what looked like portals along the rim. So it was really interesting.
Well, yeah, that's very cool. I'm glad you experienced that. Because I know we were talking about you wanted to hear my gnome story, but you know
Yeah.
that I've said that so many times on this channel. But I did see a gnome. I was probably 12 years old, and I was with my uncle. He saw it too. It sounds crazy, but we did. It had the red hat, the typical green felt type, clothing.
Really?
And yeah, and we were in an older house where the back of the woods, not now looking back, I doubt myself a little bit, but I mean, with time comes doubt sometimes, but yeah, woods all in the back, and we seen it come in through where the bathroom kind of was, and it poked its head out, looked at us, and went back. And I said, dude, did you just see that? And my uncle said, no. And then it ran from where it poked out to behind the toilet area, and he saw it too because we wouldn't stop looking at it. And you can't deny two people. You're only taking my word for it and think I'm probably batshit crazy, but to this day,
No,
it
I
was
don't.
something I seen, you know, and something I'll never forget because it's a memory that's so solid, that I don't know, just an odd thing. And then we went looking for it and we couldn't find it anywhere. So
Well, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't think that that's crazy. I think it's just the feel, the nature of that phenomena is such that
yeah,
these things can manifest.
manifest,
And
project in different forms and all that. Yeah.
right. I mean, there was over at the Skinwalker Ranch these
Oh yeah.
native, American cops who
Yes.
patrol, the reservation out there.
Right.
And one night they came across two dogs in trench coats smoking, leaning against a fence and smoking.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
I
and
remember that story.
yeah. Well, I actually talked to the interviewer, the journalist that basically broke that story. He
Okay.
had spoken to the officers themselves. So these things can manifest, and they're probably all of the same nature, but they manifest
Energy.
differently according to the witness, the kind of conditions at the time.
Yeah. No, it's all energy. Yeah. But Bob Bigelow, he's the one that actually bought all that property at the time, Skinwalker Ranch, and he's a billionaire. Close to it, at least. He's got $1 billion in the bank, and when somebody like that, he's got Bigelow Aerospace and tons of space technology businesses, and he bought all of that property up. He he had investigators during his time of ownership on the property. They witnessed a portal opening up in the middle of the night with infrared camera too. I don't know if you heard that story. And this dark shape came out, walked across the field into the woods, and the portal closed up. And they say they have all of that on video. So
They should show it. Yeah.
They should. That's the one thing about the paranormal field that they should definitely show what they get, you know, especially if you're Bob Bigelow and you're this billionaire and you want to get to the bottom of everything. But then again, he could have found out answers that, you know, hey, we got to close the book right here. You know what I mean? So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, who can say? I don't
We're
know.
just
But it's
people.
interesting.
It is.
People are people, so why should it be? You know, I should get along so awfully.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. I've just got a little bit of time left before I've got to run. But
Oh yeah, no problem.
was there anything else that you particularly wanted to ask, or just
No, I'm just, you know, I wanted
just
to
shooting the stuff?
shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, and wanted to thank you. I mean, I had to have you on just to, you know, let everybody else, you know who you were, and thank you for, you know, heck, I'm over there during some of your streams too. You know, I'm a busy man too here with everything every night.
Oh yeah, I know.
But you know, I like to hop on over to Friday Night Frolics, and you know, the thing that gets me real quick, and then you can go, is that you know you kind of like me too. I mean, you've got this big heart, and it shows during your streams. You know, with people who are really having a lot of issues and problems, and you know, really look forward to you streaming. And people don't understand, YouTube don't understand that, you know, this kind of stuff is a big deal for people, you know?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah. And to have somebody like you know, kind of, you know, you could tell you really care about the people who are there in your stream. So yeah, just a big thank you. And thanks for coming to, thank you, Tracy. There's his YouTube channel. Please go over there, hit that subscribe and like and bell and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
You just do some great stuff, and I really hope that YouTube will reverse themselves and see the value of it, because it's just such a great channel and such a unique and an amazing service, you know, to preserve these wonderful old radio shows. And I mean, my God, there's so many of them.
Oh, heck yeah. I've been doing new stuff for over a year and maybe 4 months now, and I still haven't hit half of what I've got. But,
absolutely.
Yeah. But the next half is like news, comedy. So I got to figure out how to intermingle all those. But listen, thank you very much, DOOMCOCK, for joining me here tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll talk to you again in the future.
Absolutely. We will definitely stay in touch. I'm really hoping, though, that they will rectify this injustice, because it's such a great environment that you've created. And, you know, I just love going into that drawing room in the storm and listening to the old radio voices from the past with the melodramatic music and the snappy patter. And, you know, it's just really magical. And just don't stop doing it, you know, no matter what, just don't stop.
I'm trying, but you know, you reach a point, DOOMCOCK, where, you know, you look like an idiot for asking people, please join my Patreon, please, you know, help me with monetization. You know, I quit my job just to do this full time, you know, for a year, and people don't understand that. Like really quick, 30 seconds. I did a virtual reality video, okay, because my son's got a virtual reality headset. Coolest thing ever. If you can get yourself one, DOOMCOCK, do it. But my point being is, somebody went in, I removed it, but they put a comment in there. They go, is this the guy who was begging for money because of his channel? And I'm like going, Do you not understand the story behind how I did this? First of all, I understand how to edit and stream and record video from from a headset.
Oculus Rift, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my son's got a Reverb G2 V2, which is a little bit more clearer.
Okay.
So it's freaking awesome. I'm going to different worlds later tonight. You know what I mean? So
that is so cool. I've never even experienced any of those headsets.
Oh, you gotta try it out. Maybe wait till Varo Aero comes out with. They've got a $2,000 one that's totally revolutionary and crystal clear from edge to edge, but it's $2,000. So
Yeah, that's hefty.
Wait down the road a little bit for the other ones to catch up. Facebook will catch up. I mean, they're selling their Oculuses for nothing. I mean, So, anyways, let you go. Thank you very much, DOOMCOCK.
No, I'm very glad to have been here. Thanks for asking me, Dino. And really, I mean, you shouldn't feel at all, embarrassed or ashamed of asking people to support you on Patreon because, it takes a lot of time and effort to do this kind of thing. The things that, I do that you do is just not something that's really sustainable. Yeah. Without support. So I mean, it's like PBS has membership drives and asks people to support public TV, and there's nothing wrong with that because it's not like you can sell advertising or anything like that. And and it's really important that this keep on going. Because it's just so damn cool.
I'm trying. I need more duffel bags for the marathons, but anyways. But no, I'm trying, man. I'm actually in overdrive this whole month, so that's why the pre-show popped up. It's like get as much original content in addition to what I'm doing overnight to see what they say. If they come back with the same answer, it's like, what more do you want? I mean. So we'll see. I have to say that most of the people have jumped up and supported in a good way. So that's the good part. It's just minuscule to what things were when monetization is there and everything. You know how that goes. But anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. And I don't know. Maybe the thing to do is to start a separate channel with this kind of, just chatting and reviews and stuff, but keep the other one going, but advertise your, paying channel on all of the, the streams that you do.
I did already, DOOMCOCK. It's and they demonetized that one.
Well, why? If it doesn't have any of the no, I'm saying, you don't have any of the radio show. Do all the radio show stuff on the other channel. Just do reviews and stuff, and there's just no way that they could. And you ought to be able to ask people, hey, in the videos, go subscribe to this other channel, and I mean, you'll have 1,000 subs in a couple of days. I mean, from all the subs that you've got, and then you can rebuild from there. And I very much doubt that they would be able to demonetize that. But then we could also fund the other channel, and that other channel could be like the advertisements for driving people to the other channel.
Yeah, I'll just a whole new channel for advertisement for the. No, I get exactly what you mean, but that would be funny, right? Just make a whole channel that advertises for this channel. People do
right, but I mean, you have the same content, but you don't have to worry about them. No,
but that's really not a bad idea, though. Each video would redirect them over here. But, anyways,
I think it would work.
Yeah, good ideas, definitely. But,
well, I'm the future ruler of Earth. I do have good ideas. Yes, I don't have enough time to implement all the ideas I have, but I do have good ideas.
Yeah, you'll get there. You got a minion following you at the moment. So, so you'll get there.
I hope so. I hope so. And I saw Pathfinder was saying some nice things in the chat about me. I thank you, Pathfinder. You are awesome. And hail to everybody out there that's been shouting me out. It's just great to see you all, and appreciate your support and watching my videos and coming on my live streams. It means a lot to me. Friday Night Frolics at 7:30 on Fridays, and then a Pop Culture Breakdown, which happens on Sundays at 7:00 Central. Oh, those are all Central times.
Yeah, a culture breakdown gets a little in depth on Hollywood, but still got your fun and frolics on Sunday too. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And AJ Star Hiker, hail to you, sir. Bob Gable, the Vagrancy Horror, Tom O, Hot Toddy, just Tracy. It's great. Thank you guys.
Yeah, this is a great family group that we are all bonded here together in this chat most nights, and they are also dedicated and such great people. But
well, a lot of times I have been listening right along beside you all at late at night on these overnight live streams. I'll see one that's live and just pop on, and I'll see the chat going, but I'm lying in my bed with my little phone on speaker, so it's not too loud, so when there's gunshots or screams it doesn't wake me up.
Gangbusters comes on, you better be careful. It starts off with machine gun fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I need. But Johnny Dollar, yours truly, Johnny. It's not even called Johnny Dollar, it's called yours truly, Johnny Dollar, which I think is just ridiculous. I mean, it's just crazy. The hero is a fucking insurance guy, but but it's like so original.
Before you leave, though, write down Pat Novak for hire, okay?
Yes.
Because you will crack up at the lines, and you can use the lines on your show. That's how good they are. I mean,
it's Pat Novak.
Pat Novak for hire. I did every episode on the channel, so you gotta listen to it.
I will, because I love that kind of stuff.
You will crack up laughing, and you would be like, this guy, I mean, the balls on him. But yeah, check that one out.
I like the old detective stuff, and I also like the ones where they talk like this, the old type movie delivery, where they go ahead and they talk kind of in the speedy monotone, and they just go ahead and go on like this and go on like this and go on just until they stop.
Yeah. And a big thing too that I love in a lot of detective ones is when they start fighting. They're literally slap sounds, and they're funniest sounding. I don't know how they do that, but it's hilarious. It's not a punch; it's a slap. But
and the shadow, of course. Orson Welles. How can you beat that?
The shadow is good. My all-time favorite is Sherlock Holmes, Basil Rathbone, and Nigel Bruce. It's what started me on the path of old-time radio shows, and heck, I mean, the movies and the radio shows are just fantastic.
I know, it's really weird too, like learning that Humphrey Bogart did these radio shows, which is amazing. I mean, he was a huge star, but I guess radio was, like the TV of the day. So,
well, they were pressuring him to do a series on radio at the time. And at the time, he was with Lauren Bacall, and they both got together and did a radio show called Bold Venture, which sprung up Pepe the Killer Cock on the channel, which became a big deal. People bought merch, blankets, hats, and all kinds of stuff, and became a real big part of this channel, even to this day. Pepe, the Killer Cock. Yeah.
Pepe, the Killer Cock.
Watch listen to Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall. It's a little bit more straightforward, straight-laced kind of thriller drama type thing, but
I love listening to his voice. I've been obsessed with doing Humphrey Bogart most of my life, and I always enjoy listening to him. But I also really love Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Yes, those are so fantastic. I love that you can do the voices yet. I was so good at voices at one time when I was younger, and I can't do them for love nor money anymore. I mean, but like anything, if you don't keep doing it, you lose it. So, I don't know. I was a big fan of Dana Carvey. I could do Ross Pro, and a bunch of other ones, but I lost it, man. I don't know. Age.
Well, maybe just sit in front of a TV and do them. It'll come back to you.
Oh
It'll
no,
come back to you.
if I say it in practice, it's just I don't got the time, but maybe I'll make time eventually here. But
Oh yes.
yeah. So hey, you go do your thing. You have a good rest of your week, and can't wait to hear what you got to say on Friday. So
Thank you, Dino. Good luck with it. Keep at it. Keep plugging away, and all you guys supporting this. Thank you, and we'll keep listening as long as Dino will keep putting these things up. We will keep listening over and over and over again.
I'm trying, but yep. Okay, man. Thanks, DOOMCOCK, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Good night, brother. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so there you go. DOOMCOCK, hail DOOMCOCK, he is gone. And what a pleasure to talk to DOOMCOCK. That was fantastic. Hopefully, like I said, you guys do go over there, give him a sub. Hey, even if you got 1 million views, it's nice to go over and get some new people. So he's doing very well on YouTube, but very deserving of everything he's got going on over there in DOOMCOCK universe. So please definitely go check that out, like and subscribe. And tonight we do got overnight we have the horror compilation put together. It's funny, last night I kind of goofed at the beginning and I freaked out. It wouldn't play for me, and you guys had about maybe 40 seconds of silence, and I'm like going, oh no. So anybody going back to listen tomorrow night, skip over the first 40 seconds. But now I can look at the chat here real quick. Pathfinder, yeah, thank you very much for being here tonight. That was awesome, Dino. I love it when you have guests. Thank you. I'm trying to get some guests for the show. I'm trying to be picky on who I get. I did have Winslow Swan and Crimson, and then I did have Christoph, the Vagrancy Horror. And who knows who I'll have next. But I'm planning on tomorrow doing an all request to start out at 10 o'clock. And I plan on taking that as far as I can. I'll limit it to half-hour programming. No CBS Radio Mystery Theater. You can't ask for that tomorrow. But whatever you ask for, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I might do a random, like whoever picks the number 1 through 10, I'll write it on a piece of paper. They get their choice of what to listen to next. I'll be kind of like a DJ and spin the records for you, even though I don't got to spin the records, but you know what I'm saying. The R-rated show, Dino and DOOMCOCK, amazing. Hey, Josh, what is going on? It's been a long time since I've talked to you. I'm not even sure if you're. I don't think. Well, it would come up in my feed, I would think, and I'm still subscribed. I don't think you're doing any more commentaries or nothing like that. Just living life now, Josh. But thank you for being here, Dino. How do you get any work done with so much stuff on your desk? Says Tomo. The Vampire Girls poster is also cool on the t-shirt, says Edward Sue. Yeah, that one right there. That's from the merch shop, along with tons of other designs for mugs, shirts, all that good stuff. But Hot Toddy, the guests for the live streams are really fun. How do I get anything done? Like I said, I'm going full go this month, just so that if I get on a roll here and things just continue to flow, I don't mind these pre-shows before the actual overnight streams. It takes me away, I think, from sticking around in the chat as long as I usually do, but I think you guys can talk amongst yourself, and I do enjoy these pre-shows, talking to people. So the show is still alive. Great video coming soon. Not retired, bud. Good. I haven't seen nothing in a while, so that's why I asked Josh. But look forward to that. Jonathan Harrison, the guy who started Trauma, seems to be guesting on YouTube shows lately. My fave. Oh, geez. Yes, Lloyd Kaufman did a full commentary, oh God, 3 years ago on the Toxic Avenger, and he retweeted and sent me a message. So I may reach out to Lloyd Kaufman again and ask him to come on the show. I also do have Pinhead himself, Doug Bradley, that hopefully maybe within, I don't know how soon, but I'm going to reach back out to put that in concrete, set a date with Pinhead, Doug Bradley, who has a YouTube channel he has a YouTube channel, and he reads like some Charles Dickens. He's Doug Bradley. I mean, great voice. But him and his wife, I've kind of become friends with on Instagram, and because of her artwork, she started listening to these shows and followed me, Steph, over there on Instagram, and her artwork is just so macabre and really, some of them grotesque, but you're in the horror kind of community, you love that kind of stuff. It's just really cool. So Doug Bradley, hopefully that will be cool. He is a really nice guy. Yeah. Overkill. We have such sights to show you. Yes, we do. Puppet Master, fantastic film. Thank you, Tracy. Always putting links. Appreciate it very, very much. That's the link to the merch site where you can go and grab some t-shirts. That helps me too. Mugs, pillows. I know Horror Junkie has in the past, she brought blankets. I mean, there's tons of stuff on there. But or I'm sorry, I'll read that again, Tim. Yes, the Goon Show. The Goon Show. Well, that's what I'm going to start doing too, I think. I'm not sure how it'll go over, but I am going to start incorporating, like tomorrow night, you guys can ask for, like, request any show. If it's a comedy, anything. If there's a special You Bet Your Life episode or something like that, go ahead and request it. But I'm going to be doing any of the, he reads my favorite Lovecraft story. We'll check it out. Yes, Grant L. Very cool stuff. Listening to him read. Holly says so many shirts. Yes. The box, you opened it, we came. Edward, so throwing out lines for Hellraiser, fantastic show. But me and Ted will be here on Wednesday to do The General with Buster Keaton. So again, even though we're the Late Horror Show, I'm not changing the name, but we kind of veer off and stuff every now and then. And I get Ted. Ted wanted to start talking about different things. People really enjoyed when we talked about the Devil's Whittle. Oh, sorry. The Tale of Tamlin. Ted doesn't like to hear the American name of the film, but that along with we're still definitely always horror. As soon as I get this kind of figured out with YouTube too and everything, I'm starting to get things in order here for sure. Connie Clary, thank you very much. Bert, who has stories? Ted says that will be fun movie review. Looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll be talking about the old school comedy players and stuff like that for sure. Buster Keaton, The General. Come on, it's good stuff, man. We'll have a good show with Ted, my best friend. Always glad to sit here and talk with him about any movie. So, yeah. And anything, yeah. Lastly, the Patreon page, please give a join every Friday night at 8 p.m. Just put it like this. Other than the old time radio shows that stream overnight, everything else I do is at 8 p.m. Eastern time, whether it be on Patreon, on YouTube, or anything. So just keep that in mind. 8 p.m. Eastern time is when anything else goes on the channel. And on Patreon, Friday nights, I put a poll up. I got to put a poll up tonight or tomorrow night. One of those nights I'll get the poll up. I know you guys are waiting. But yeah, Friday nights, always a good crowd, fun. Sunday nights too. Not as many people showed up this Sunday, but it could be just stuff going on. I get it. Busy. But there's that. There's a monthly hangout where we all get together and just talk and shoot the shit. Yeah. Can I swear on my channel? Yes, I can. And have fun. And I'm actually going to start to do other things. Some people freaked out about the virtual reality thing. Some people, I'm down to drop in for a sec if you want. Yeah, let me, I've got about to the bottom of the hour I usually go, but if you want to jump on, Josh, let me, oh boy, I'm trying to think of where I could put that, because Twitter, I know I got you on Twitter, I think, but you know what? I'll just drop the link right here. If Josh wants to join in, just for a few, bottom of the hour, I usually stop. If you want to jump in, here's the link to join me right now. So feel free, not just Josh, if somebody else wants to jump on, just let me know who you are. That's for sure. I'm not putting anybody on. But anyways, yeah, so we have plenty to offer on the Patreon page, and the support that I get there is just fantastic. Yeah, just love it, man. Faster Pussycat Kill, says Tom. Going off. There you go. Let's see. You're doing a great job as always, Dino. Thank you very much. And I can't thank DOOMCOCK again enough for being on and joining us tonight. That's for sure. It will be. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The virtual reality thing. And let me pop Josh on here. Hey, Josh. Okay. Yeah. Get your audio up there while I tell a story here. Put a virtual reality video up. Did I do it yesterday? Yeah, last night. And some people actually it was a little freaky for them. They're like, this is a little spooky. This is weird. But I videotaped myself, okay, in an actual virtual reality room. These headsets are just unbelievable. Your audio on, Josh? Can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Just keep talking, and when I do hear you, I'll stop. But he's having Josh is pretty cool guy, man. Nope, still don't hear you. Nothing. Yeah, it happens, man. I don't know, but you can do whatever you want to do and keep talking. But anyway,
anything yet?
Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Yes,
Dino, it's good to fucking talk to you, man. It's been a little bit.
It has been. I reached out to Eric a while back for a casual commentary, and it was my fault I never got back to him because he wanted to talk the night after. So I just going through a lot, man, with this YouTube stuff, but it's all good. But Josh does, he's the R-rated show, and he does commentaries. That's mostly what you do on your channel, right?
That's fair. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the channel started out as like a commentary channel, and then it kind of grew into some like reviews and interviews and stuff like that. But I kind of took a sabbatical because I've been like trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Life, like, as we've talked about before, like life kind of, intervenes and you kind of run out of time to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And but
I hear you there.
over the course of 2021, I recorded some really great stuff, and I'm gonna be doing more videos here real soon. I didn't jump on here to promote myself, honestly. I just want to come on here.
Right.
I just came on here to talk to you because it's been so long since the last time you and I chit-chatted. I was like, oh shit, like Dino's like talking to DOOMCOCK now. That's like two of my favorite like YouTubers, man. I was like, this is awesome.
Thanks.
Like two worlds like come together, you know, like it's amazing. I was like, shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, Doomcock's he's something else. He's a character. He's a good guy. And when everybody started coming into chat, maybe, oh God, I don't even know how long ago it was. It might have been 4 or 5 months ago, half a year ago. They're like, hey man, he's talking about your channel, and I didn't know who Doomcock was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I went over there and saw his channel, and I'm like, on what? Holy crap!
Yeah,
but
Doomcock is I remember when he showed up on the scene like 3 years ago or something. And it was like this dude with this helmet, and like I was like, this guy's cool because he's creating his own like little vibe,
character,
you know, like a character. And like, you know, I always liked Dr. Wolfula because he kind of had that thing too, like the old like I'm gonna be anonymous and like just say like do my thing, you know. And but Doomcock was like the pop culture version of that or whatever. You know, like Avengers, Marvel, you know, Star Trek version of like the, you know, Dr. Wolfula was just horror or whatever. I was like, oh, this guy, you know, I signed up for Doomcock early on. And he just shot up, like just, you know, he hooked up with like Willcrest bullshitters, and they were all kind of like doing their thing. And that big wave of like YouTubers that kind of came out like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, you know, it's cool because he like I think he has Doomcock is cool because he's got this like ability to have a presentation. Like he's very like theatrical, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
without a doubt.
It's funny because I hear these like naysayers about Doomcock, and it's like you don't really understand that. It's kind of like, you know, it's showmanship. It's kind of like, you know, it's a love of like the genre and everything, but he's just trying to have a good time and like speculate and have rumors and everything. It's like, you don't have to take it too seriously. You know, you don't have to take it as like, you know, the gospel. It's just kind of like, you know, having a good time, and he's entertaining his like subscribers and everything. And the guy works really hard. You know,
and he's got a great panel of people who come on every week with him too, and talk about all, you know, insiders, some of them that really know the business and, you know, what's going on with Disney and Star Wars, whatever. You know, even the Star Trek stuff, the Picard stuff kills me every time I hear.
The thing is, here's my perspective as like a Doomcock fan from the very, very beginning. Is that like, you know, as he's developed and changed his, you know, he's evolved as a channel and gotten bigger and blown up and everything. It's like, you know, he has this whole shtick about having insiders and stuff. And it's like, I don't really even care if they're real or not. Like, it's kind of, I mean, I'm not sitting around with bated breath, like waiting for him to be proven right. I'm just kind of saying like, I get enjoyment out of the channel, just watching him kind of like buffoon on the whole, you know, like lampoon on the whole thing, like, you know, and like get outraged and everything. And it's like, you're not supposed to take it seriously. You're supposed to just enjoy it for content, you know?
Yeah, I think in the whole, everybody, heck, I even got backlash on this years ago. You know, you can't speak your mind when it comes to certain issues. You know, and if you do, if you like the whole woke thing and all that, that's, you know, he goes on and on about that and has fun with it. But he also makes some valid points when he brings a lot of these things up. You know, why mess with stuff that isn't broken? And I understand about including everybody, you know, whether, you know, it's gender, race, religion, or any of that stuff, you know, all inclusive. But you know, this culture we're in right now has just taken it to the nth degree, and I get it 100%. And you know,
absolutely,
like I said, I've been burned in the past because, you know, it's like, you're you know, you're this or you're that. And no, I love everybody, man.
You are a lover, dude. That's the cool thing. It's like, you know, when I first showed up on the scene, you know, like you were already like an established YouTuber, and I kind of just popped up, you know, and like you were like, oh, come on into the community, you know. You were like one of the first people to invite me in, and you know, and every time I ever invited you on the show, you never said no. Like you always came on. And you know, and I had like what, like, I don't know, probably like 200 subs or something at the time, and like
I didn't care.
Yeah, because it's not about that. It's not,
Yeah.
There's this like misconception that a lot of YouTubers, it's all about like growth and everything and making money. And it's not. It's about community. And I've always been really about that too. I really want to be around people that like the same things that I do and talk about the same things that I do and have fun with and stuff. But and like even some of the bigger YouTubers, World Class Bullshitters and Doomcock and stuff, like they still carry that in the core of their, what drives their channel is really, it might be a really big, they figured out an entertainment aspect, but what drives the channel is really just fandom and like, relating to people that get like where they're coming from and stuff. So
exactly. Well, same here. It's all these people that you see in the chat right now are just people who are they're family to me. They're dedicated to whatever I bring out. I mean, a lot of them are here because of the old time radio shows. I get that overnight, but there's a lot of people who love whatever I do. And, I ain't even going to name names because, there's too many of them in the chat, and they all know who they are, that they're just dedicated, and you need that kind of core group of people who really care about what you're doing to, keep things going and keep it fun.
It's like the fun nights we had, like you were doing those like trivia nights and stuff, like like on a Tuesday night or something. And it's like, you having a bum week and you just hop on YouTube and do like your trivia show was like so much fun. It's like it's just
what I miss. Josh, what I miss most about the old days, is and that's why I reached out to Eric again, but it was like the casual commentaries just popping on and talking over a movie and just watching it together and just BSing, which we got to do soon again. I'm still up for doing those.
It's weird because now it's becoming like old, like the commentary thing is becoming like really overdone. But the whole thing that drove me to want to do that was like the genesis of the channel was really just wanting to connect with other horror fans.
Right.
And then like, I thought when I first started the channel, it was really about like, I thought it was about like talking about giving information about the movie. And then I really quickly learned that it was really just about the experience of enjoying the movie with another horror fan who loved it as much as I did. And so every, after the first, I don't know, dozen, episodes I did, it was really just about finding people who would come on my show to have a really good experience with watching the movie. And it would, we would veer on and off the movie, but we would have this like horror fan experience. And I think that's why my channel, even though like I've been down for a year or whatever, and not really making content, still gets subs. And it's because people like finding the real conversation, the real horror fans, of people who really enjoy watching the movies and stuff like that. And so
and I enjoyed the old, like the stuff you did at the beginning. I mean, it was, you produced them. So, I mean, you tried your hardest at what you were putting out, but it was just the fun of sitting through a movie and listening to you talk about a horror movie, just commentary,
Yeah. It's just, it's like, and I didn't even realize I was such a baby horror fan in my mind when I started in like 2015 or whatever, or somewhere around there. I was like, I'm a big horror fan. And I really wasn't a big horror fan at all. I was just a baby horror fan. I was like, I started meeting people who were like hardcore horror fans for decades. I was like, oh man, like I was kind of humbled. I was like, oh, there was so much to learn. And it became really fun for me because every time I would hang out with like, you or Eric or, whatever, Wazelle, Alex Edwards or whatever, they would come on and I would learn all this new stuff. It was constantly like this, like, I don't know. I would get like a dopamine hit from like, doing an episode because I would learn something new or whatever.
It's like just hanging out with friends and you get a good feeling just from doing that. So I get that 100%. It's so funny. RTN production. I'm family. Cool. I got to move in with you, Dino. Yes, for sure. RTN. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Josel says, is Dino's camera turn showing everything opposite view? I didn't notice that until you mentioned it, but for some reason my camera has got my view turned around. So when you look at the Late Horror Show poster back there, the words are backwards. But hey, whatever. I guess. But good catch there, Josel. But anyways, yeah, I usually just go to the bottom of the hour. I think I'm going to start the stream in half an hour. But Josh, this was awesome. Maybe get you on here again if you want and just talk some horror. I'm doing these pre-shows probably twice a week. So if you want to join me,
of course, man.
I
always love hanging out with you and talking to you. And it's, I just, if you give me a little bit of a heads up, like maybe,
for sure.
A few days notice, I can, work my schedule around it, and I'll come on and we can just bullshit.
Okay. Or heck, even a casual commentary. Why the heck not? I think that would be fun. Pick another cheesy 80s horror movie and we'll do a casual commentary. And if I can get Eric, I got to reach back out to him again. I feel bad. And it's not because I was ignoring him. Eric, if you're watching, it was because of how busy I've been. This has just been unreal with what YouTube has done. And then the stuff you got to put up with behind the scenes with people saying, you're just e-bagging or you're just a big deal. What are you trying to get the money? It's because, Josh, a year ago, man, I quit my job because I was making enough money to support myself in here.
That's so awesome, man. And then they fucked you over.
Yeah. So how am I supposed to feel when that's pulled out from underneath me? It's like being laid off, right?
Yeah, so you're basically just your whole life changes because you worked to create this like creative endeavor, and then people like it, but then the YouTube oligarchs just say, you know what, we judge you not worthy of making money. It's really not fair at all,
Exactly. But and the other people who just look at you in a different way, like, screw you. What do you even, we don't need you. Why are you asking for money? I mean, I'm asking for support. If you enjoy this and everything I do, just jump over to the Patreon, and then I could say screw YouTube. But
I'm a Patreon member. I mean, I don't look. I mean, I drop a buck, but a buck is a buck more than you didn't have before. Like,
no,
everybody should jump on there and support Dino, because Dino's like a hardcore community supporter, and he really works hard at what he does. He deserves to if he wants to have a life celebrating horror, then he should be remunerated for it.
Exactly. And we've expanded to plenty of other stuff. But anyways, thank you guys very much. Wait, JAS, is there something special about tonight's show? I am perplexed. JAS, what do you mean? Is there something special about the show? You jumped in late, JA. And I know you're in streams at night, so I know you know the channel. I had DOOMCOCK earlier for an hour, and then I started talking, and Josh jumped on here from the R-rated show.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting ready to leave. So what's going on is I had a pre-show before the big show, and now you're going to get the Old Time Radio show overnight. So is that easy enough said for you there, I guess? Anyways, thank you, Josh, for jumping on here.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I was just like, I saw you were hanging out with DOOMCOCK, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. And like, I like that you're very inventive. You're always like trying to evolve, and that's great. And I support that. So I was like, I would love to come in and just say hello, because I'm always like clapping from in the shadows for you, man, because I want you to succeed.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this whole YouTube experience thing, I still go back to some of the original people that I met on here, and then Eric's one of them. He was the first person to interact with me from the Death Twitch. People know him in the chat here too. He pops in every now and then.
Yeah.
But I do different kind of content now, and he's living his own life. I get that. But
absolutely,
I still go back to those older videos, and it's still nostalgic for me because you know, that period of time when we started our YouTube journey.
Yeah.
You know,
It's so funny because now it seems like, you know, ancient history, but it was like,
yeah,
you know, we were just like carving out like you know, a pathway to making content, and like Eric was like the, you know, he was the front of the carving out. Like Eric
yeah,
has a very, you know, unique personality, and it made you realize that you could do a channel on your own
yeah.
and make it really good. And it's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like he's kind of like a, you know, he never got what he deserved, I think, in terms of you
no.
know, the death twitch and stuff, like you know,
Well, I've
how,
always told him. Unfortunately, I think
yeah,
if he stuck around doing it like he was in the beginning, he would have got somewhere because you know there's
yeah.
some he was good at what he did, and
Unfortunately,
it just
YouTube
caught
is
up.
really about like longevity. You have to hang in
Yeah.
there for a long time. It's like climbing the corporate ladder in terms. I mean, I know that's like a buzzkill, but it's like it. But in its own like terms, it's like you know, really climbing the corporate ladder in YouTube is just sticking around long enough to
Yep.
build up enough of a core audience and
Oh yeah.
subscribers. Like you can't quit. You have to keep going. You know.
Yep. Just hit 79K. On my way to 80,000 subscribers. So hopefully we keep growing. You know. So
Oh, dude, you're gonna be huge. I mean,
yeah, I'd love to get
I
that
feel it, you
100,000.
know.
Yeah, yeah. I never thought, hey, I'm going to get the 100,000 plaque or whatever you get when you
I
know.
remember when you hit like 10,000 subs, I was like, holy shit! Like that's,
Yeah.
you know, now you're like quadruple
Oh, it's been a
more than
ride,
that, you know.
man. It's been a wild ride. But anyways, with that said, I am going to get out of here. And thanks, Josh. I will
Yeah,
be in contact and we will do something again, my friend. Okay.
yeah, okay. Good
Okay.
times, man. Later.
Okay. Later. You take care. Okay. Now let me say goodbye to yes, Edward. We just hit 79K. So we will be at 80K very soon. I would hope. Oh no, JAS, it's okay. Sorry for the confusion. It's always called pre-show before the big show, before the old time radio show. I like to have some guests on here. The last one was we just did creep show trivia. So there you go. But with that said, everybody, peace and love, and